Today we are learning how to classify triangles. Please copy down the standard benchmark indicator on a clean page in your math notebook. The student will classify and illustrate triangles by angles and sides. Triangles. You can classify triangles by the length of their sides and the size of their angles. On the left-hand side, we have it by angles. We have acute triangles, or all angles less than 90 degrees. A right triangle has one right angle, and an obtuse triangle has one obtuse angle. For sides, down the middle, we have equilateral, all sides the same length, isosceles, two sides the same length, and scalene, no sides the same length. So the first triangle is an equilateral acute triangle. Not all acute triangles are equilateral. The second triangle we have is an isosceles right triangle. Not all right triangles are isosceles. And finally, the third triangle is a scalene obtuse triangle. Not all obtuse triangles are scalene. Classify each triangle by its sides and angles. For number 1, we can look at the triangle, and the left and right sides are the same length, but the bottom is not. So we know right away it's isosceles. And then if we look at all the angles, all of the angles are less than 90 degrees, so it's also acute. So we have isosceles acute triangle. For number 2, all three sides are the same length, so it's equilateral. And all three angles are less than 90 degrees, so we know it's acute. For number 3, if we look at the sides, all three sides are different lengths, so it's scalene. And we know for angles that we have one right angle because it put the right angle 90-degree box in the corner. So we know it's a scalene right triangle. Right, for number 4, we know all three sides are different lengths, which makes it scalene. And then if we look at the angle at the bottom, we know it's greater than 90 degrees, so we have a scalene obtuse triangle here. For number 5, we can tell that the sides on the left and right are the same length, so we know it's isosceles. And then we can tell the top angle is greater than 90 degrees, so it's obtuse. So we have an isosceles obtuse triangle. For number 6, we can tell all three sides are the same length, which makes it equilateral, and all three angles are less than 90 degrees. So we have an equilateral acute triangle again.